So what are Spagyrics? In this video, I'm going to be explaining what Spagyrics are, how they're like real potions, and how they can make amazing changes in your life. So let's go. Yes, welcome back to the Ether Lab, the School of the Seekers, and your home for real magic and alchemy. In this video, we have a very exciting episode. We're looking at Spagyrics. And Spagyrics are amazing because they really are real potions. When you think of Harry Potter and these other fantasy expressions, and they show you these potions masters and how they have these elixirs and tonics that can do amazing, incredible things. Well, that's based off real potion making, real essence extraction and formulation. So I'm not trying to suggest that you'll go out there and you'll find there are these potions that have, you know, the dry ice smoke pouring off them, and you take them and you'll turn into a rabbit or something. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that in the mainstream medical world, they look at the constituents or the components of a medicine, and that's all that's important. That's the only thing that's important. And it's not the only thing that's important. It's like saying the only thing that's important to you is that you're made out of carbon and that you've got bones and teeth and hair. That's an important part of what makes you human, but it's not an important part of what makes you who you are. Because if we were all just human, but we had no personalities, no souls, no feelings, no passions, no loves, none of that sort of stuff, it'd be boring. It'd be pointless. Just for us to have our bodies with no reason to use them or find life interesting or amazing would be pointless and would be boring. And it's the same thing with the medicines. So what is it that makes Spagyrics magical? What gives them these extra qualities? What allows them to reach beyond just worrying about the constituents and the boring, basic, simple, in-a-box thinking of normal mainstream medicine? Well, basically, when you look at things with an alchemical perspective, you recognize that all things in the universe are conscious, including plants and rocks and things that you would not think were conscious. So when we look at a plant, we can learn about the nature of that plant. We can learn about the nature of the medicine, because at the end of the day, all medicine ever is a balancing. Okay, it's if there's anything that's too low or too high, it's bringing it back into harmony and into alignment. And that's another reason that mainstream medicine gets it wrong a lot of the time, is rather than trying to balance things, they're trying to fix a problem. So what you want is a harmony. It's just like nature. If you go out there and you see that there's a toxic runoff from a big factory and you plug up the pipes from that factory, but the factory keeps running, sooner or later the pipes are just going to explode, or the factory's going to explode, and the problem's only going to end up being made worse because it's all in the air and it's exploded all over the landscape. So what you want to do is you want to go back and you want to find the source of that toxicity, and you want to harmonize it, and you want to turn that factory that's spewing out all these toxins, you want to change that factory or the processes of that factory so that it's not creating that toxicity anymore. That's a much more holistic, much more beneficial way of approaching a situation. So I would ask, the first thing that you recognize is that you don't want to fix a problem per se. What you really want to be doing is bringing yourself into balance, bringing yourself into harmony. And I think there's a big difference there. And I think when you start tuning your eyes to it, it becomes a lot easier to recognize so much of the world is just chasing after problems, chasing, and they'll always be chasing, because with that approach, that's all there's ever going to be, because the minute they fix one problem, there's 10 other that have been created because of their solution. Now, the next thing I want to bring up that makes Spagyrics and alchemically prepared medicines different from their either natural or unnatural counterparts is that they follow alchemical principles and they follow alchemical laws. One of the greatest or most widely used or most beneficial alchemical laws that you can learn about is the Triad Prima. And the Triad Prima shows that all things have three aspects to their nature. Inside or completing our entire nature, we have three different aspects. The body, which is in this case our physical body, and it's made of dense minerals. It's made of solid things. Then we have the soul, and that's what makes us unique. That's what makes me different from you, different from everybody else. It's my soul's journey. It's what I'm learning right now. It's how I'm growing. It's how I'm becoming more. It's how I'm developing and becoming more of who I am or who I can be. And it changes from moment to moment, from day to day. And then on top of that, we have our spirit. All things have spirit. And spirit is the thing that connects all of us. So we break that down for a human. My body is my physical body. My soul is how I feel and who I think myself to be. And then the spirit is the thing that makes us all human. The thing that makes us all earthlings. The thing that makes us all from the solar system that we live in. The thing that makes us all from the same galaxy that we're in. Whatever it might be, but it's the thing that connects us. So another good way to explain that is, let's imagine these three different principles in a plant. Well, obviously the body is the body. The soul is the unique qualities and the unique nature of that plant. And then the spirit is the fact that all plants are plants. All humans are humans. All fish are fish. All gases are gases. All mushrooms are mushrooms. So that's the spirit that connects us in these larger and larger and larger and larger groups. It never ends. So by recognizing alchemical principles, and specifically the Triad Prima, what we can figure out and what we can do is make sure that all those parts of ourselves are being fed with that medicine. Traditional and mainstream medicine, they'll only focus on the body. And people wonder why we have so much mental illness these days, why we have so many emotional and mental and spiritual problems these days. It's obvious. It's because it's only just recently been focused on as something that's important. And the way that it's been focused on as important is not really as constructive or as helpful. Because at the end of the day, when you go to see someone about your emotions or your mentality, you don't want them to simply try to lessen your pain. Do you know what I mean? It's the same as your physical health. You don't want to go and just have someone lessen your pain or give you something that will lessen your pain. You want to get healthy. You want to get happy. You want to get energetic. You want to get exuberant. You want to get excited. You want to be able to go out and do things. You don't want to just keep taking these things that make you slightly more comfortable so that you can just deal with more crap. Where's the sense in that? Where's the empowerment in that? And I know a lot of people may possibly be watching this and just thinking that I'm being, a wide-eyed idealist and it's just not practical or reasonable. But it's happened for me, and it's happened for so many other people I've seen and met. And it continues to happen. So if you don't want to get involved, then don't get involved, and that's fine. But if you do want to get involved, then these are the sorts of things you need to be learning. First and foremost, and primarily, is don't try to get better. Try to be amazing. Try to evolve. Try to expand and explode into something far more beneficial and far more fulfilling and far more rewarding. And that's where the Spagyrics come in and show what that they've got is so much different from what so many other people are peddling. So you ask yourself, okay, Ed, that's fair enough, but why are these tinctures, why are these extractions, why are these essences, why do they have these properties when the others don't? Well, because from the very beginning to the very end of the process, that's been in the mind of the creator, that's been in the mind of the alchemist. So one of the things that we can do is we can recognize their correspondent nature. We can recognize that some plants hold the essence and the nature of a certain personality type, a certain archetype. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you go over and you watch the video in Secrets of Alchemy called Plants, Planets and the Gods, because that's showing you and reflecting to you some of these corresponding natures to things. So when we prepare a spagyric extraction or a spagyric tincture, we need to do it in alignment with the planets. If you work with a Venusian plant, a Venus-ruled plant on a Friday, you're going to enhance its soul, enhance its personality, enhance its essence. So if you've got a plant or a herb that's going to help you work on your urinary problem or your water retention problem, but at the same time you also have an emotional problem that's directly related to that, which is usually the case, it's going to work on that too. And so you're going to find that your physical ailments are connected to your emotional or mental ailments, and they're connected to your spiritual ailments. So this is how we start to see the medicines becoming holistic. We start to see spagyrics showing their holistic nature. And that's where we work or focus on enhancement. And as I've already explained, that can be done by preparing the medicines according to their astrological alignment. That can also be done by the stewardship of the plants. Anybody who grows plants in their garden and loves them will tell you that they have a relationship with their plants. When plants have been loved and they've been spoken to and they've been given all the things that are best for them and allow for them to be most comfortable and most happy and not be deprived or depleted of anything, they're going to be more potent, more powerful, more happy plants, and then you're going to get a more potent, more powerful, more happy medicine, a more potent, more powerful, more happy you. So it ends up being reflective, and then you start to see that it doesn't matter who or what it is, the more you treat with power and potency and beauty and love and appreciation and connection, the more you experience those things, because a very simple alchemical philosophy and aspect that runs most of the way throughout New Age spirituality and all that kind of stuff is that you get what you give. And that goes way back further than the New Age philosophy, I'm sure, but you really, really do. If you reflect happiness, if you reflect love, if you reflect joy, if you reflect generosity, there is still going to be plenty of people out there who come and try and break that and take it away from you. But the more you stand strong and the more you find allies and friends, the more that won't matter anymore, because you'll be moving into greater and greater frequencies of people that will be drawn to you, that you will bring towards you, that will want to share in those thoughts and feelings and behaviors. So ultimately what I'm getting at is that spagyrics are a truly holistic form of medicine and a truly holistic form of healing, because if you simply bought them and start taking them, you're not going to experience anything like what you're going to experience when you truly understand the reason they've been created the way they've been created. When you get immersed and enveloped and consumed in their beautiful world that they have to offer, and I mean the plants and the medicines, you will experience far more of their benefits. Far too many people have the idea of they just want a quick solution so they can keep doing what they're already doing. And you know what? If that's the case, if that's what you want, spagyrics aren't for you. Alchemy's not for you. All this stuff I'm talking about isn't for you. You want to keep going to the doctor and get the patch for the problem so that you can keep drinking, keep ignoring your body, all that kind of stuff. That's for you. That's the one you want to stick to, because these medicines aren't going to help. These medicines are only going to help those who want to evolve. They're only going to help those who want to become something more, who want to open up their sensitivity so that they can experience more pleasure, but also learn how to deal with more pain, because that's a very, very big part of it. People just want to get more comfortable, more settled down. That's not what alchemy is all about. Alchemy is all about becoming more. And sometimes that takes difficult lessons. Sometimes that takes difficult reflections. Sometimes that makes the individual have to dig deep and find out just how much more they've got inside of them. So if you want comfortable, if you want easy, if you want quick fix solutions, if you want all that kind of stuff, then go to your doctor, because that's where you'll find the answers that you're looking for. But like I said, if you want to be more holistic, more balanced, more complete, more empowered, then you're really going to have to step up to the plate. And the beautiful thing about stepping up to the plate is it gifts you way more than being cowardly or afraid ever could. Being courageous and brave and bold and being ready to overcome old problems, grow into something new. The gifts from that are fulfillment. They're completeness, they're holistic. So in conclusion, the thing that makes spagyric medicines different from all other forms of medicines and holistic healing different from all other forms of healing is that it doesn't just treat your body, and it doesn't just treat your soul, and it doesn't just treat your spirit. It treats all three, and it works on interweaving them and balancing them and harmonizing them together. It's really got to be a journey that you decide to take. To really get the maximum benefit from them, you really want to start to learn the personalities of the plants so that they stop just being plants to you. And that's how you start to work very closely and intimately with potions. That's how you get the benefits of real spagyrics, real potions, real alchemy. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to get all the notifications. Keep up to date with us on Instagram and Facebook to make sure that you keep up to date there, because there's all sorts of different things going on with the Ether Lab. Check out the meetup group if you're interested in checking out when the next workshops are going to be. And for everything else, I wish you the best. Thank you again so much. Abuela.